It is the end of May, so we are back for an update.
Yes.
It's been a great month for both of us. I have officially lost 50 pounds.
55 pounds.
I'm actually at 55 now, so that's pretty awesome. Just 20-ish pounds away from my lowest in recent years, so it'll be exciting to even get back to that and then surpass it. It's I don't know what things are going to look like after that, so it'll be really exciting.
And I actually just this morning finally overtook the 40-pound mark.
Yay.
So we have had a killer month so
awesome.
far. It's just weight-wise, we both lost measurements again this month, and we're both getting more active. We went to a screening of that sugar film, which we reviewed in a previous post.
It's great. If you have a chance to see it, we definitely recommend it.
Yeah, it's been out on DVD for a couple of years, so you can definitely get it. Or there's also, you can go to their website, and there's screenings all over the place. So you can definitely check that out. Yeah. So, I mean, not that the number on the scale is the most important thing, but let me tell you, it feels good when you see that scale consistently going down.
It really does.
And it just feels like I'm cheating somehow, because it's so easy. It's so easy.
I know. I sometimes hesitate to say that it's been really easy, but honestly it has. The food is so good, and there's so many recipes out there. I mean, I've lost over 50 pounds in not quite 5 months. That blows my mind to think that by the end of the year, like, it's, I don't even know what things will look like at the end of the year. And I did take some progress pictures at 50 pounds. So if I can figure out how to put them into the video, I will. Otherwise, I'll link to them below the video either way.
If you're not seeing them right now, just check the link.
Go check the link. It's a pretty dramatic change. It was really exciting to see them. I'm so glad I took those pictures. So if you have already started or you haven't started, wherever you are, if you haven't done some like before pictures, I hugely recommend you do that.
Just like we said in our last video, mark down every way that your life sucks right now, and then mark how it gets better once you start living this lifestyle. If you're living this lifestyle, you know, it doesn't have to be keto either. You could just do low carb, high fat, and that lots of people are really successful on that. I just find that when you have insulin resistance that you're battling, and with the PCOS that I'm battling, keto is definitely the answer for me. Like, it's just been unreal. I do want to talk a little bit about my PCOS. I know I don't touch on that a whole lot in these videos, but I want to a little bit more. I feel like I am beating its ass. Honestly, back in February, I had my first Shark Week in 11 months, and only my second Shark Week in 2.5 years. So things were crisis situation down there. And then I had another one shortly after that, and then I waited 84 days, but finally I got another one. And I was so impressed with that. I have not taken a supplement or birth control pills, none of that kind of stuff. I have literally just brought that about with dietary changes and weight loss. So, you know, I really like PSA. If you have PCOS and you can only gain weight, honestly, try keto. Like, reach out to me. I'll try and walk you through it if I can, because it's so good, and it's literally been such a life changer for me.
And there are a lot of women that we've seen online who have the same experience. Their periods have come back with low carb eating. So Mela's not just a special case here. She
I'm a special case.
Well, but you know, it happens to most women who do low carb, it seems. At least the ones that we've come across on the internet.
Yes.
So it's a game changer. It's huge. It's
is
a life changer, really.
And I mean, the fact that, like, honestly, for the past 6 years, I've done nothing but gain weight. I had one time in my adult life when I was successful at losing weight. And when I look back now, I was living almost a ketogenic lifestyle then and didn't even know it. But I was just living off of but it wasn't high fat either. It was basically a starvation, it was a shit diet really. But I did lose weight, but not the right, I didn't know enough to do it the right way. Now I get to enjoy my food. I love most of the things that I eat, and I'm starting to crave salad, and that's just wild for me. I don't crave salad. I crave pasta, but not anymore.
And the keto lifestyle is one of those things that we've both had instances in the past 6 or 8 years where we have been successful losing weight with I guess diets, but they weren't sustainable. Neither of us stuck to them, and keto is something that I can see myself sticking to, modifying it once I hit maintenance. But I love it. It's regular food. I can eat mostly anything because there are substitutes for your favorite carbs out there. So it's something that I can see doing long term and plan to do long term.
I mean, I never thought I could do keto for more than a couple weeks. Never mind 5 months. It's righteous. It's so good. We've actually just had our first naturopath follow-up of the year, and that was really, really exciting.
It was awesome.
We haven't seen our naturopath in the better part of a year, and honestly, I was in crisis when I went to him there, and I pretty much ignored everything he said to me. So coming to him with 5 months of hardcore progress was just amazing.
And I've been seeing him for probably a little more than 12 years. And there have been times here and there when I've followed his plan, but I don't know why. It's hard to do, and I just never stuck to it. So it was really amazing to finally sit down with him and have a good report. He uses something called an ETA scan, which actually scans all of the organs and cells in your body and rates how healthy they are on a scale from 1 to 6, 6 being the worst. And
6 is
it's shown as black triangles. And so the last few scans I've had, there were a lot of black triangles.
Yeah, me too.
Lots of toxins in my body. There's been candida and
everywhere.
Yeah. So this time to see a really good scan, he said it's the best scan he's seen for me ever. So after just 5 months of keto, that's amazing that my body has changed so much in just 5 months.
And when I told him that I had triggered 3 periods in the year, he was so happy.
He was really,
and I mean, when we said keto, he automatically got this huge grin on his face, and because he never told us to eat keto, he gave us a food list that was inherently low carb,
basically, yeah.
But was not. He didn't label anything keto. I mean, and obviously we couldn't handle that when we saw him before. Yeah. It was just not happening. But when we started talking about it, and he saw that we were serious and that we had gone 5 months and that we had changed our bodies so drastically, he started telling us all kinds of stories of how he and his family pretty much live a ketogenic lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And he was telling us specifically of one young man with stage 4 tumorous cancer. I can't remember what kind of tumors he was having.
It was in his brain.
In his brain, okay. Who came to him 8 months ago, and the doctors had given him, at best, 2 months to live. So he put him on the strictest ketogenic diet,
very
no
strict,
processed foods at all, and some supplements, natural supplements. And 8 months later, the doctors can't find the tumors anymore. So, I mean, that to me is just overwhelming.
It's amazing.
Overwhelming. And this is the kind of evidence you're not going to read a whole lot about.
No.
Because,
And, something that my family learned when my dad had cancer was that cancer feeds on sugar. So it makes sense. By cutting sugar out, you're cutting off the life supply of the cancer. So it's pretty amazing. And do you want to talk about how he's an actual doctor?
Oh, go
You
for
said
it.
it really well.
Yeah. Well, okay. I just wanted, because I know we have, there's a lot of misconception about naturopathic medicine, and that is, in Canada at least, a regulated profession. Our doctor went to medical school. He did several years of naturopathic specialization to be certified across Canada as a naturopathic doctor. He can give out prescriptions, you know, like, and all of that. We're not talking about a homeopath or a naturalist, or there's a lot of words that are used in the natural medicines that don't relate to naturopathic doctors. Our doctor is an ND. Like, he
naturopathic
is
doctor.
the legitimate naturopathic doctor recognized by the Board of Canada. So I just want to clear that up, because a lot of people hear naturopath and they go, oh yeah, okay. All right, where's your tin hat?
Yeah,
right?
he's not like a witch doctor or something.
And I mean, you know what? We don't have a problem with you going to Western medical doctors. I see one myself. Laura sees one. We rely on the whole thing. All that I'm saying is a Western medicine doctor will treat your symptoms, whereas a naturopathic doctor is going to try and figure out why you have a problem.
And preventative as well.
Yes, preventative and like symptom taking care of, that kind of stuff. My doctor found an issue in my stomach lining, a bacterial infection called H. pylori, and so he's treating me for that. And he said that it could be dormant in your body since childhood.
Yeah.
So, but it's causing me problems now. So he gave me literally a 1-month supplement that's non-antibiotic. So that's really good. I don't want to have to go on antibiotics if I don't have to. He said it should clear it up. So I really do believe he's a genius of a man. And I mean, definitely, we do have some supplements that we're taking now, both of us. And along with the ketogenic diet, I'm really hopeful that when we do our follow-up with him in November, that we're going to see immense progress.
And something else I remember, the first time that you went to see him, you already knew that you were battling insulin resistance and PCOS, and those are the same, and Candida. Yeah. Those are the same things that the ETA scan picked up on.
Yeah, it did.
So what the medical doctors told her, aside from Candida, because they don't generally know that word or admit that or know that it exists, and that's a yeast overgrowth usually in your gut. So the fact that the medical doctors had already said, you know, these are your issues, and the scan picked up the same thing, I think just reinforced that it's absolutely, it's legitimate. It's a really great way to look at what's going on in your body and to treat those things naturally, and also to, like I said, preventative medicine.
We've just seen it be very accurate in the past, and the fact that we've cleaned up so much and that it showed so accurately on the screen, it's just amazing. Laura also got her blood test back. Everything is A-okay with her, you know, with her. I need to go and get mine as well. I haven't looked at them. So I mean, the ketogenic diet, a high fat diet, doesn't mean that you're getting more fat in, like, you're metabolizing fat. So it's not just sitting in your body doing nothing. You're using it for energy.
The last time I had the blood panel done or whatever was 2012. So since then, my cholesterol has come down. And my doctor voiced some surprise at that when he saw it. After, even though you're eating high fat, your cholesterol has come down. So, but it's cool because, you know, maybe you can also teach the medical field something, you know, just with results. Yeah. You know, if they're seeing these results, I'm going to do it again probably about a year after I've started keto, so next January, to just do a comparison. And I think it will be really cool if the results hold the same, and I think they will, to show that eating high fat doesn't mean I'm clogging everything up with cholesterol.
The opposite.
Exactly. It's actually come down. So
the opposite. I mean, because there's evidence out there that it's really the sugar in the diet that's leading more to heart disease than fat. And the medical world is coming around to this. It's not a load of hokum. Like, if you're watching our videos, because you want to know more about keto, but you're not sure whether you can take the leap and you just don't know how you can live with pasta, you're looking at two examples of foodholic here that were so hooked on carbs. They literally ruled our lives.
I'm certain I was addicted to sugar.
Sugar, yeah, she literally, after every meal, had to have something sweet. She had to have it.
Or I would go crazy. I would just obsess over it, and I needed it.
Yeah.
It was like an addict.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And for me, it wasn't so much about the sugar as it was for flour. For me, it was definitely pasta. And like, I can't believe the hold that it had over our lives. There's literally things that we just didn't do. We just kind of sat down and gave up on life in a large way. In a really large way, you know?
Food became the most important thing, so it was more important than the other things. And even though it sometimes felt bad, it, whatever, just medicate it with some food and felt good again for a minute.
So that's our plea to you. If you're hesitating, stop hesitating. All right?
One of the things that we talked about with our naturopath is we were kind of bemoaning the fact that we've been trying to lose weight for more than 10 years. And he said, but at least you didn't give up. You kept trying.
That's right.
And that's it. You know, there's going to be bumps in the road. Life happens. Stuff happens. You might flub up here and there, but it's not a failure unless you stop trying. Even in keto, there's a lot of people that will pretty much tell you that you failed if you eat some carbs. And that's not the case. If you give yourself a meal or whatever where you have some more carbs and you ever you're in a healthy mentality that this is just your lifestyle and you just get back on the horse and it's not like starting over. It's just a journey, that's all. Yeah, and I think someone on Reddit I saw yesterday was talking about having a cheat and they felt bad about it they were worried about failing. And someone said, even if you've fallen off the wagon, even if you've been running behind it for a while and you just haven't been able to get back on it, you have not failed because you're trying. Until you give up completely, you haven't failed. So you can always try again. And we are, I think, prime examples of how if you keep trying, eventually you're going to get it. And it's going to feel amazing. We're still early. These are still early days for us. We have a long way to go. And having each other is really important to me. Like the support, that I get from Lola is incredible, and I wouldn't want to be without it. Yes. And if you don't have that, we'll help you. Reach out to us. Honestly, I'll be your BFF if it means that you can get healthy. Because now when I can see it in people's eyes, the desperation that I had just 5 months ago. And I can't tell you what that feels like. If you're watching these videos, there's a chance what that feels like. To feel so desperate, like there's nothing in your life that's going to make it better. And keto really did for me so far. It's incredible. Today I biked for an hour and a half. And that's on a Saturday. I'm putting in 9-hour days, 5 days a week, and I can do it, and I feel good, and I'm losing weight, eating, I had 3 eggs for breakfast, whole eggs, and 2 of these keto buns, and I used the bun to wipe up all the yolk, and I was like, this is diet food here, it's awesome. I was miserable this Christmas because I felt so horrible. My stomach just hated everything that I put in it, and it was bloated, and I felt awful. It was awful, and I was just tired of feeling like that, and I couldn't handle it anymore. So that's when I decided to make the change, and somehow it stuck. I mean, by the grace of God, it stuck because it never has before, and I'm so, so thankful because I feel amazing now, and I never want to go back to where I was before because it's just, I don't want to ever feel like that, and I don't want to be under the control of food. I don't want it to be my food overlord. which is something I misread on the scan at the naturopath, and so
the overlords
now I
of
keep thinking
food.
of the food overlord.
True, though, like they control this world, really. The overlords of the food industry. Anyway, okay, the last thing I want to talk about here is this. For various reasons, our naturopath suggested that we both start drinking this juice. For me, it's because I have a lot of random water retention, and I have bitched about this so much, and I know you guys are maybe sick of hearing about it, but it's so random and I can't control it, and it just comes and goes as it pleases. But he had the best explanation for why. He said your body is releasing years of stored up fat, and in those fat cells is all the toxic stuff that you've ingested over the years. And so your body is one of those bodies that reacts by holding water, you know, to kind of battle it. And I hate it, but it is what it is. And for Lola, she's got a bit of a borderline high blood pressure issue that she is battling. So we just want to make sure that that's coming down instead of going up, so that it doesn't get to a region where she has to actually be medicated for it. So he told us to start every couple days juicing cucumber, celery, parsley, and as much lemon as will make it palatable. So in that spirit, we have concocted our first juice. And we made a little video, but this is already so long, I'm not sure if we're going to edit it.
We might not splice that
But anyway, cheers to you guys.
We put it in wine glasses to make it seem
so fancy.
More fun to drink this.
Yeah, we'll probably follow up on this next month, and hopefully it's made a difference. But this is for you guys, for those of you who are ketoing on, and for those of you who are scared shitless of trying and failing. Just try.
Yeah, you can do it.
This is for you.
Cheers.
Oh, that is not great. That is not great.
I don't enjoy that. No.